It doesn't rain here every day, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get some hate, but I don't.
By the way, the player you brought up, Kurtz, did you see
Yeah.
the memo?
No, what?
About how they can't really say his name in a certain way because it sounds.
I did see that. It took me like 3 times. I'm like, wait, what? Oh.
It sounds like a bad skit, but it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, and Gallagher was good. Dan, okay. There's one Angels fan, 2 Angels fans I like now.
Yeah.
2.5. The voice from behind the curtain scares me because do you have like those monkeys like in Wizard of Oz too? Because I'm out if you got.
No, I don't have that. I don't
like the voice in the back, but whatever. I'll do it half. I missed the Hooter spot. I remember the Hooter spot. 2 feet away from the ballpark, you had Hooters. It was great for the Angels but they sucked. And Hooters had beer, so it was a win.
Well, Hooters is gone now. They tried a taco place there. Artie, we actually partnered with this wing place called Mezzo's, and it was pretty good. But they featured calzones, which is usually like a secondary thing. You don't want to have that as your mainstay. But anyway, it was good food. But that whole area had a plumbing issue, and they were having grease coming through their toilets. So it closed down the restaurant several times to where they were like, hey, you know what? We're taking too many losses here. And they just cut out.
You don't want bad plumbing at a taco calzone place.
You don't.
So yeah, Hooters has gone everywhere, right? Like, aren't they down to like 10 in the whole world now or something? Didn't they go bankrupt? I think I saw.
Yeah, they did the whole Blockbuster thing. So once a staple, now gone. I mean, we had this place over here too, called what was it? Tilted Kilt. It was pretty good too.
I have fallen in love in the Tilted Kilt a few nights.
That's gone as well, dude.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's
unfortunate. Your love in the chat. Yeah, I mean he's my favorite, except for he's on the IL. So what do you do?
Yeah, and both Seagers hated the Angels. Gooey brings up a good point right there. Corey Seager and what was his brother from
Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle. Dude, God, those guys, they're always a thorn in our side, man, for sure.
Matt Growmaster. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he was good. Wasn't Corey, but he was good.
Yeah. So far into the season, obviously Seager's on the IL now. Yeah. He was probably getting into a good rhythm right now. Do you see the Rangers? Obviously they have a good record. I think you guys are 3 games up on us or something like that. What's your record right now?
We would be 1 ahead of Seattle. I think 2 Houston. 3, you guys. I mean, I'm not looking at anything. I think.
Okay. Let me see. Because let's see standings right now. As of right now, you guys are 14 and 11.
Okay. Is that 1 up on Seattle, 2 Houston?
Half up on Houston and a game and a half up on us.
Okay. Jack or somebody asked about it. He was running the first. He pulled up tight hammy. They said it was grade 1. They said 10 days is going to be the max, but yeah.
Yeah, he was just starting to get hot right there for the Rangers. And the Rangers, I mean, do you think that they're where you projected them to be this year at 14-11?
Yeah, I would say so. I picked them to win the West, but how they've got there is not how I expected. I thought it would be the offense leading the way. And I wasn't as worried about the bullpen as most of Ranger Nation was. I like the arms. They're not big names, but I like the arms. I still like the arms. I didn't believe necessarily in the pitching as much. Now, I thought DeGrom might have a real nice year, and he will, and he is. Mally's been the biggest surprise. Jack Leiter. I love Jack Leiter. He's injured right now. He should be back, I think, this week, maybe even for this weekend with the Giants. And I love Jack Leiter, but Kumar I thought was very overblown. I think long-term he's going to be a great pitcher, but I think he's a year ahead of where he should be. Mally, I mean, I know he was good, I don't know, what was it, 4 years ago now, 3 years ago? But I didn't expect him to be this good, and I don't know that I'd still expect him to be this good. But losing Bradford and losing Gray and having Corbin pitch as well as he has, having the starting pitcher being the reason that we're in first place wasn't on anyone's bingo card, that's for sure. I love Jock Peterson. I unapologetically Ranger Nation wants to cut him. In my chat, I went live today for the NFL draft and the Ranger Ace game, and I had probably 6 people say DFA Leote and DFA Jock. Those are both stupid. I mean, Leote is a harder argument, but Jock, I mean, he's 0 for April. It's been pretty ugly. He even got the hit yesterday off of Miller and tried to turn it into a thrown out at second, which would really have flipped out Ranger Nation or whatever. But I love Jock. I've loved Jock since he was a Dodger. I'm actually not trying to get the Angels fans to like me, but I'm from Southern California originally, and got the heck out of there as soon as I could. Though people, you're not trees, move. But anyway,
he's gonna get it together for you guys. I know he will.
He will give us 3 weeks or a month of awesome, and it'll help us win the West.
And there's no way he's gonna be batting like whatever he is. He'll get up to about 250, 260.
The average isn't what you want, Jock. He's gonna go on a tear against righties. He's gonna doubles and home runs, and it'll be.
Yeah, and I think right now when you brought up Malawi or whatever, I can never say his name right. Dude's been pitching out of this world. I mean, he's really he's got what, a sub-1?
Yeah, I think it's the best in the AL, maybe in the league. It's a high fastball, has been untouchable. I don't really know. Oh, Eric, see, now you're gonna get me to be mad. All my Rangers fans that like me will hate me if I give you the true answer. Can I lie? After midnight, I can lie, right? I love Ron Washington, the man, even though he's done some stuff. I think the coach is a great coach. I think as a manager, he drove me crazy. I'm just going to be real. And Rangers fans love him. You don't have to go by the book. You don't have to be the stats guy. You don't have to be he seems stupid. I know he's not. He's a great coach. Everybody loves him. I think he's the infielder whisperer, unless you're Anthony Rendon. Yeah, I said that. But I think he's a better coach than a manager, and I think he will not be the manager of the Angels next year.
Jeff, voice of God here.
I got freaking me out again. There you
go. Now, when you look at Ron Washington coaching for the Angels, do you see the same skipper that you saw with the Texas Rangers, or do you see someone different?
I see the same guy. I see the same guy, a little older, which is hard to say because he looked like he was 300 when he left here. But
then I can see how he drove you guys nuts.
I mean, I'm on an island with the Ranger fans. Rangers fans love him. I got some video of him. A buddy of mine, I saw Ray Davis, the owner of the Rangers, when the Angels were in town. She's an autograph bound. I said, "Hey, go get Davies," because she would want him on a ball. And it was him, Washington, that was talking to him. And so I don't want to talk crap about Washington too much. I actually love the guy as a person. I love him as a coach. Would I want him as my manager? No, I would not. Would I want him as my coach? Yeah, I don't think he takes crap from the players. I think he'll work them. I think his infield drills are still. They make really good players elite, and that's just what the players say. And I believe players tell the truth about coaches now because they don't need to. And so I think he's a great coach. I don't want to talk too much crap, but I think his in-game management when he was a Rangers manager made me insane.
Well, see, I think that's where we're on the same level as
really?
Fans. Yeah, because we're not liking that so far. We're not liking the lineups. Like they're putting Soler at leadoff, and Soler can't hit for shit right now at leadoff.
I thought his lineups, his handling of the in-game decisions. I thought Ranger fans. Man, maybe I shouldn't have shade their. I don't know. Is anybody watching on my channel? I hope not. I thought Rangers fans were delusional about how they felt about Ron Washington at the end, and I wasn't happy he left because I was sad. It was a family thing, and I don't know if you guys know the details. And it doesn't really matter, but yeah, and it's sad, and it makes me sad, but I'm glad he's back in the game. I always thought he was a great coach. Yeah, what J-Dog said. Exactly.
Let's see, sometimes in the comments, they say what we can't say, or they say it just better, more eloquently. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
In 7 words, I said nothing, and he said it in 4 perfectly.
And Eric says it right there, too. I mean, like Soler gave you nothing before this to say, hey, maybe we should try him at leadoff. And then we were getting tired of Taylor Ward at leadoff. He's just got an uppercut swing.
Yeah.
It's home run or nothing. That's not a prototypical guy. He's not fast. He doesn't work walks. He swings first pitch on most of the time. And then you're putting up a guy who swings at everything at leadoff.
So I don't mind a power hitter, even as long as he doesn't clog the bases. I mean, Jock Peterson has hit. Not that I want him doing this for the Rangers, but he's hitting the leadoff spot more than anywhere else in his career. I think I read just the other day. So I don't mind. I mean, Shohei, obviously he flies, so maybe that's a bad example too, but I don't mind if he's a really good hitter, not being a speedster. I mean, Ricky Henderson's not a ball player anymore. He's not even alive anymore. It's not that kind of world anymore. I think the way to do a lineup is a little more best hitter hit first, worst hitter hit last. And, just do the math of, it's 40 more at bats over 162 game season once every step down the line. And
but if your best hitter
makes a lot of sense though.
But if your best hitter is like a Mike Trout, where he's an all or nothing guy, wouldn't you want him more of in a traditional spot? Maybe having like a guy who's a high on base guy to flip the lineup at 9-1 to maybe.
Do you want Trout to have more at bats than Moncada, or I mean, who's your 3 hitter? Who's your 1 hitter? I mean, I don't know your lineup well enough, but who's Neto? I mean, I actually like Neto. That's not fair.
Yeah, we got Neto right now in the 2nd spot, but a guy like Louis Renifo, he most of his at bats, they're 2-ball 2 counts, or they're 3-2. He works, even if he strikes out, he works the count every time. I think he's a perfect leadoff hitter.
Yeah, it's hard to argue. I mean, off the top of my head, Trout looks like he could be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. But I would not have a good argument for not putting Trout 1. But you've got some other guys that fit there well too. I mean, where do you think Trout should be? He's either 1 or 2 or 3. Right?
I think right now, the way that they're all hitting, I would like to have Trout in the 4 or 5, and then slide O'Hoppe down a little bit before him.
I can't agree with that. If you're hitting him 5, you're losing like 100 ABs a year if he's healthy.
But right now we're racking up them strikeouts. That's the problem,
But he's still the straw that's going to stir you guys. I mean, I like your first baseman. I like Neto, but none of them are Trout.
True, but they're getting better. That's the thing. Like they're still like they're taking more pitches. Like they're.
Yeah. I think what I'm hearing you say is you want to see a more a plan for the development as it relates to the batting order. Is that what
that has a little bit to do with it, and then also contact. I mean, we're putting Trout in a position to where he could drive in some runners with guys who are ahead of him, but when we do that, we're coming up on the short end of the stick most of the time because he's swinging wildly, and that's why Taylor Ward can go on a roll for about a week or 2, and then he's god awful for a week or 2.
Yeah.
So I think guys like him should be down in 6, 7. I think Trout should be right where O'Hoppe is right now. Maybe put your hotter hitters like Neto, O'Hoppe, Shonawell in those 2 to 4 spots. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, well, I love those 3 that you mentioned, Neto and your first baseman and your catcher. They're I mean, shoot, your catcher might be an MVP sometime. That might be pushing a little bit, but he's really good. I don't know. I think not having Trout in the top 3 sounds crazy, but I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not that I'm disagreeing with you too. It's just that the thing is, like, if you have, I think for me, it's always been like, maybe because my football team preached, hey man, you got to earn your spot. Like it's sort of like that with me in baseball. I know he's had a great career and he's a future Hall of Famer, but at some point, if they're not where they're supposed to be, hey,
that's totally fair. But you're comparing him to who here? I mean, O'Hoppe and Neto and Sean Weller, but Trout's still their best of those 3 of those.
Oh yeah, 4. Talent wise, yeah,
and production wise, almost assuredly, he'll be the best or maybe the second best if he's healthy this year, right? Like almost assuredly. I mean, maybe his average isn't going to be what you want it to be, but he's still a strong base runner. He's still going to hit a lot of home runs. I mean, he's in the top 10 in the league in home runs right now, right? Maybe in the top 5. I don't know. I think for me, he's your 1 or your 2 or your 3 hitter.
But that's kind of been the big if the last couple of years is, can he stay healthy?
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, more reason to hit him early and often because you're not.
That's a fair point.
I guess, I mean, maybe I'm putting words in your mouth, Todd. I don't want to do that. But if you're looking at developing your young guys and getting them ABs and giving them positions to win and fail in, so in 2026 and 2027, it matters. That I hear you. Trout is likely not going to be on the roster the next time you guys go Rangers. Yeah, baby. I know I like you, Gio. Now I forgot what I was going to say. I got so excited. No, I think it's probably unlikely that he's on your roster the next time you make the playoffs. Unless he wants to retire there and stays more than 2 or 3 years. But I don't know. I don't know what his longevity is going to be, and I don't know what his effectiveness is going to be. And I don't know that he's the kind of guy who's ever going to say, hey, trade me. But if he's gonna, it's coming pretty soon. Right.
I don't know. He'd have to up his game. I mean, he can't be batting less than 200. He's got to get back to like at least 250, 260 Mike Trout. He's got to take some walks.
I think that the Angels eat a whole big part of that contract, or he doesn't go anywhere, which is, I think is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, too, with our team right now, I don't know, have you been following the last few games, but basically in the last 7 games to 8 games almost, we have like 5 walks generated.
Wow, no, I didn't know that.
So and tonight we only got 1. And so it's been very poor. We need to take more pitches. I think we have too many guys that are just trying to hit the ball over the fence. And I'm more old school too. I mean, I like the contact. I know the game has changed, but it just seems like the Angels are a little too much aggressive and preaching launch angle and velo and all that stuff. That's all they ever talk about during the games. Yeah, there's not. I get jealous. I mean, watching the Pirates, literally in 3 games, we got out hit 39-13.
But is that your announcers or is that the ball team?
I'm right now. I'm almost assured it's both, because the announcers are. We've talked to a former broadcaster before the current guy, and he was saying that they gave him a script when the whole opener thing was a thing in baseball.
Who's they?
Well, I'm trying. What's his name? Randy, who was the announcer before? Victor Rojas. He was with your organization. He went down there to run the I think a AAA affiliate or AA affiliate for you guys. He was a general manager, but anyway, he was our announcer, and he said he has a podcast now, like everybody else, and he says, "Hey, they gave me a script and Gubazaw to talk about the opener, to say how good it was for the Angels to have an opener, and really push that all through the season." And I'm kind of seeing the same thing with the velo, launch angle, StatCast, and they really value how fast the ball leaves the bat. So,
well, that I think the opener thing is probably a stretch, but velocity off the bat is pretty much everything. I mean, your bat speed and how hard you're hitting the balls. If you hit it hard, you're gonna get hits. If you don't hit it hard, you're not getting hits. So that's just
see. But see, the thing I was talking about the other day though with the Pirates, so they out hit us 39-13. They had, in those 39 hits, they had 4 home runs. The rest were dinks and dunks. I mean, they were, even Gooby was like, "Hey, the ball came off the bat at about 40 miles per hour." It's like they were just flares and stuff, and it's just they hit it where we weren't. And their only problem, like, they should have killed us 50 runs in those 3 games, but their problem is when they got guys on base, which they had on all 3 games, almost every inning it seemed, even with walks, is our pitching adjusted and bared down and got out of the inning. And they have a lot of trouble with runners in scoring position, the Pirates. Otherwise, they would have blasted us.
Team I know.
Well, to take a step back, I pulled up your lineup for tonight just so I could speak from, where you're at. Solaire's hitting 250, but he's not going to hit 250.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love him there because you've got guys like Trout and Ward, and is it Shawnuel? I don't know how to say his name.
Shawnuel, yes.
Even Adele, I would prefer there. He's got a lot of swing and miss, but he's got a lot of speed when he gets on base.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Paris has dropped off of a cliff, but to me, he's like the 7th of the 9 guys you might put at 1. So I guess I do hate that the more I look at it. Because Neto, I love. I wouldn't mind him there. Trout, I like him there. I mean, you mentioned the Ward thing and, whatever. Hoppy, I wouldn't necessarily lead off with, but I could see him in your top 2, 3, 4 for sure. I mean, really, looking at the 9 that started today, he would be the last guy I would put in lead off now that I'm looking at it. But I've never loved Jorge Soler. I mean, he's got some big power and he had a great postseason, and it is what it is. And he's like Jock Peterson, but worse. I mean, he could have a nice run for you, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Jock, I don't like him.
He's done it before. Like for me tonight, if I was doing the lineup, I would flip Renifo for Soler and Shawnuel for Ward, and I'd leave it like that.
So yeah. I don't like. Why is Logan? Is it Logan? I don't know how I say that. Why is he 6?
They like him there for whatever reason.
You could just switch him in Soler, and I don't hate it. Really?
Well, he's 5 actually. Hoppy's 5.
Yeah. So your first baseman is hitting 6. You could put Soler in his spot and put. I mean, your first baseman is very patient, right? Like he takes a lot of walks.
Yes, I would like to see him behind, Trout. Because if Trout gets on base, it seems like if we need him to hit a flare or to fly ball, sacrifice, or move the runner over, he does it. He's a very good contact hitter, and he works walks.
Talk to me about Odell. Why is he not a +4 guy? If not, maybe a superstar is too much to ask for. But he was an early draft pick. He's insanely talented. What am I missing? Why is he not good yet?
I think we gave him the Brendan Marsh treatment. You know, we called him up, sent him down, started him for a couple games just to sit him for a while he was hot in AAA instead of letting him marinate. We didn't work with his swing once they figured him out. It's kind of the same thing we're doing with Kyron Paris. We really yo-yoed Adele's, you know, his options super quick.
You guys definitely are known around the league for bringing people up faster than most people expect. So
absolutely, people forget that Adele was a high school draft pick. So
yeah,
and then we send them right back down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, he would literally was like the AAA player of the month. I mean, he was like on several times killing the ball down there, and then we bring him up and only just have him ride the pine for a week and only come in for defensive purposes. Like, what are we doing? Why did we call him up? Yeah. And his defense really struggled because of that. You know, so it took him a year. Last year was his best defensive year in the outfield, but he still couldn't hit for average. He was still struggling. He battled through like 3 injuries last year. So this year he's been healthy. I think the average will come up. He's having better at bats. He's just hitting it hard at people right now. He was robbed of like 3 hits in this series, 3 more hits.
Adele was well. When they moved him to center, obviously that was more about Trout than Adele. I get that, but it made me think, all right, they're ready to. Well, I mean, they've already committed to him, but to really say, hey, we believe in this guy. Center field's obviously a premium position, and you know, you want the Rangers don't have one, but you want a guy producing offensively out there too. So I really thought maybe this is the year for them, and I thought that doubly when they put him in center, but apparently that was just more about getting Trout off his feet. I don't know that you save that much. I get right. You only have to move to your left, where in center you got to play to the right and the left, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on the right field, center field thing for you guys?
I actually think they're making a mistake right now because Trout's a rookie in right field. He's already made like 3 or 4 errors. I don't know if you saw him spike the ball into the ground the other day.
It's about keeping him off his feet or making him work less hard, right? Isn't that? I mean, they're giving up a little.
Yeah, I mean, and Angel fans seem to think Soler can't field, and he's not. Granted, he's not the best outfielder, but have they seen Taylor Ward? Taylor Ward is a lazy outfielder. And Soler, I think, runs circles around him. I'd rather see Soler out there. He hasn't made an error in the games we put him in. And just make Trout your full-time DH, man. I think taking the pressure off of him, letting him just hit, because we've been hearing that Ron's having him out there early for games, practicing in the outfield. It's like, nah, dude, he needs to be practicing versus live pitching and batting cages.
I didn't realize Taylor Ward was so bad defensively. I mean,
yeah, he underthrows.
Honestly, it started when he ran into that wall a couple of years ago. Ever since then, he's kind of feels like he plays scared out there.
Yep.
Wow.
And he's got a noodle arm, dude. I mean,
so if you got Ward, he's as bad as you're saying. You got Adele, who's Adele, and then you got Trout and Wright, who's not going to be as good.
Yeah, Eric Ward right there. See that comment?
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, that's what we were tonight. I mean, just Leote, not all 3 of them, but we. I don't know if any of you saw it, but bad defensive play in center field cost us the game today.
Yeah, and that's what can happen. I mean, like tonight we had another one too. Adele took a bad route to the ball, and he missed it. And like it wasn't necessary for him to dive, but he dove.
Yeah.
You know, the other day when we won that game against the Giants, the 2-run homer that put the Giants up late was because Adele banged into the wall, not judging where the ball was first.
That's also another thing that's kept him kind of down there in the minors. Is his defense. It's
really
not great. I mean, he will make some of the most egregious bonehead fucking decisions out there in the outfield. It's
that's
like,
annoying.
What are you doing
tonight for my Rangers? I mean, Wyatt Langford pop up. I even said F7, and I looked away. And it was the play was over in my head, and Wyatt runs forward to his right, and the ball was deep to his left. They score a run, and then in the 9th, Leote does it. So, I mean, I like Wyatt out defensively, but maybe he was in the lights. I don't know what happened. I don't care what happened. It was a fly. It's F7. It should have been a catch. And so our outfield defense 100% cost us this game. So that can be frustrating, but yeah.
Like J-Dog says right there, he turns doubles into triples. I mean, we've seen it to where he misses the cutoff man or he throws some of the laziest balls into the infielders.
Really? A little Johnny Damon out there?
Yes, big time. So, yeah. So who you guys got in this weekend? I didn't even see who you guys play.
So we're going to San Francisco, who playing way above their head right now. So hopefully we'll get them down a little bit. I mean, they've been hot. Their record is amazing, and I guess the NL West has got 4 of the top 8 records in the league or something. So
that is going to be a tough slate for you guys up there. Because playing in San Francisco in that National League team or National League Stadium is going to be tough for any American League team. But damn, they're looking quite good. And you guys got Evaldi versus Verlander in Game 1. That's a good matchup right there.
It is. Well, and it's a hard ballpark whether you're facing an ace or not. And he's not an ace anymore, but I mean, it's still a big name. But our offense needs help. Like, I was really hoping West Sacramento was going to help us. Like, the pitching staff is bad, the stadium is bad, and we blasted. I mean, we had 4 home runs and we had 3 home runs tonight, but they were all solo home runs, and our defense was, it's not hockey playoff time. Our plus minus for our outfielders was pretty bad right now. But the bats are coming around. I don't know if that's the A's pitching and the stadium or our bats, but I guess we'll find out because San Francisco is loaded up.
Well, that's what they're talking about right here on my A's bias right there. He's telling even Urshela looked up, struggled with the ball. So
yeah,
it's a new stadium, a new feel for everybody right there. But dude, that game in San Francisco, the weather is going to be a little dicey, a little bit of light rain. So it might be a pitcher's duel right there because the ball won't be flying out of that ballpark.
Well, if it's not, we're in trouble because we're not scoring very many runs. I mean, when we hit 3 home runs and we score, 3 runs. So we're going to need pitching matchups.
Sounds like Gooey says ESPN has the Angels losing 59% to 40. Oh, you gotta love ESPN.
Gotta love the name Gooey.
Yeah, we have some interesting handles on here. We have we have someone that comments as Robot AIDS. So
okay.
Yeah, don't forget old Chubbs McFrinkles.
Oh yeah, Chubbs McFrinkles.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder. So sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, oh, I should have read that before I said it out loud.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm the Ron Burgundy on here because I like to go through all the comments. I start reading them. And there's like a stupid joke in the end of it, and I'm like, I had to stop real quick.
I've been there.
So tell the fans here a little bit about your show real quick because It's probably getting late right there in Texas.
Yeah, I am ready to go to bed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. I was live over 5 hours today with the draft and the game. That was probably not my smartest decision. My name's Jeff. I'm at Jeff Bates on X. I post over on YouTube and X the most. Love my Rangers. Former Dodger fan, rehabilitated when I moved to Texas. Yes, I'm one of those Californians who left California and moved to Texas. All of you should be that person too, so come on over.
I'm jealous.
Except for the summer sucks. It's so freaking hot out here. It's so hot. I do miss Orange County a lot. And mostly that's about the girls, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, I'm Jeff. I go live during the games a lot. I love baseball. I love football. I'm a Dodgers fan. Vintage wise, I still collect old Dodger stuff, but I live in the Dallas area and I go to Rangers games all the time. And I don't know what else to say, but yeah, if you don't hate me yet, subscribe to my channel. It'd be fun. It's free today.
Well, we got a lot of good feedback when you did the podcast with me and Fernando, Jeff.
Good.
A lot of people liked your energy and your knowledge on the game, so they didn't hate. Usually, we'll bring on people from other teams.
I'll try harder.
See, so there you go, right there. We do have a lot of Angel fans in Texas too. So
yeah, well, I know quite a few actually. Oh, I can't. So I was born Ocean View. I'm talking to you. I was born in West Covina, California. Lived there till I was 4, but I lived out in San Diego, San Marcos, if you really want to know.
There you go.
So what, 2011? Hard to look you in the eye. I know. So I'm a Texas Rangers fan and a Dodger fan, and I haven't pissed off the Angels fans. What is wrong? I need to try harder. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. If you don't hate it, hit the subscribe button. If you do hate it, blame Todd. I don't know.
Yeah, always blame Todd. All right, Jeff. Well, I appreciate you coming on and everybody on this ungodly hour of 11:45 here.
What
West
time
Coast.
is it? That's not what time it is here. It's time to go to bed. What time?
Yeah, I got work in the morning, but Jeff, we got to do this again soon, especially when the Angels play the Rangers again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got to get you over on my deal. I mean, I'm happy to come on here anytime you want, but I owe you a couple now, so we'll work it out. I'll bug you.
Rock on. We'll do it, my man. Have a good evening, Jeff.
Good seeing everybody. Take care, guys.
See
All
ya,
right,
Jeff.
Yep.
That's Jeff right there as we get to the end of the show. Once again, the Angels pull out 1 against the Pittsburgh Pirates and win 4-3 on a Zach Neto home run. He is your winner of the Golden Stamos. The Nacho Night Award goes unfairly to Kebron Hayes. I just had to find someone to give it to. Besides that, I appreciate everyone's comments in the chat, everyone hanging with us till almost midnight. And we'll be back on here tomorrow. Hopefully the Angels can find a way to get hooked up on, like some of you said, some that white powder to get through the day. Well, hopefully not. But just take some energy drinks and let's beat the Twinkies tomorrow. Any final thoughts, Randy?
Just like you said, just beat the fucking Twinkies. 2 out of 3 Rally Chris special. That's all I'm asking.
Yes, I love it,
Jeez,
Randy. Love the optimism. Love it. Play us out, my man. Have a good night.
All righty. There's only one way to go.